Hi everyone, it's Miss Brewer here and welcome to your second video. We're going to start building your design. I like to do this by using my photograph of my animal as a template to build my shapes on top of. The photograph of my animal I'm going to get rid of later, but I like to use it in order for me to draw my shapes. So to grab my photograph of my animal, I simply go up to the top of the screen, File, Open, and then select my hippo image from my desktop and simply open it up into Photoshop. It has created a whole nother window here, so you can toggle between the windows. That's the design we're working on, and that is my opened hippo image. To get my image of my hippo into my design, I simply go up here to the Move tool. I click and hold onto the image of the hippo and then drag it up to the window and place it in the middle of my design. Now I can move that around by holding and moving my mouse. Okay, obviously it's not big enough, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it bigger. The way to do that is you can do Command and then press T. Okay, Command T will allow you to bring that design up to the size that you want it. So that for me is a good size. All right, and then you hit Return, which places it down. Remember, every time we create a new layer, we name that layer. So double click over here, I'm going to call it Hippo Photo. Okay, and you can easily get rid of that by just clicking on the icon. Okay, by clicking, that's the visibility icon. By clicking the visibility off, it doesn't make it go away, but it means that I can get rid of it for a moment if I want to work on the background behind it. So I'm going to put the visibility on. Now it's time for you to select the area of your animal that you would like to create a shape from. The best way to do that is to come up here to the Selection tool, and if you hold and click that tool, you'll notice that there's a few options. I like to use the Polygon Lasso tool. Okay. Before we do this and make our selection, we're going to come over here and we have to create a new layer, because when I make a selection of this shape and I paint that shape in the color that I want it, I don't want to be doing that onto my photo, because remember, I want to hide that photo and get rid of the photo layer. So I don't want to be putting my design into that same layer. I want to create another layer. So come down here to the bottom and click that little icon that has that, looks like it's turning over a page. It's turning over a new layer. Click on that and instantly you will see a new layer has been created. I'm going to label that first layer, back leg layer. Okay. Now I'm going to draw my shape. So I've clicked over here on the Polygon Lasso tool and I'm able to just make these little anchor points by clicking right on the edge of the hippo's back leg. Okay, and it's just going to keep on doing that, creating these little anchor points where my selection is being defined. Okay, the more little tiny anchor points you can do, the better. Okay, because imagine if I went, so I'm clicking. Imagine if I went from here to here, then I'm going to have a straight line there. So even if I went too far from there to there, you know, it's just, you really want to stay doing multiple clicks along your shape. Okay, so this is my shape. It's that whole hind leg out there. And I finish by coming all the way up and clicking where I started. As soon as I click where I started, there you go, it's defined the shape. So now I want to go ahead and paint that shape. To do that, we're going to select the Paintbrush tool. Okay, so select the Paintbrush tool and you will notice as soon as you select the tool, the paintbrush, that all these options up the top of your Photoshop window come up. And you will notice that happens for all of these tools. Every time I click on a tool, new options come up at the top of your screen. Let's go to the paintbrush and click on that little down arrow, and you can have a hard or round brush or a soft round brush. There's lots of different options. If you toggle and move that slider up and down, you will see lots of different options. We only need the hard round brush for now, about 100 width. Click outside. Okay, select your color. I like this fuchsia color. And now I can simply start brushing over the back leg of my hippo. Once I'm done, I'm going to want to deselect that area, so I hit Command D. And there you go, you've got that shape. Because it's on its own layer, I can turn off the visibility of that shape and turn it back on. I can take away the hippo photo, and you can start to see that with that first shape, I'm starting to really come up with the design of my Charley Harper digital image. So I'm going to make all those visible so I can keep working, and I'm going to sign off now and meet you back here for video 3, where we're going to fill out all of our shapes.